Right now, extreme temperatures continue to cook the Southwest as millions of Americans try to beat the heat. This as we prepare for some high temperatures of our own. Also, the Biden administration announces a first-of-its-kind national monument in honor of Emmett Till. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for joining us. We're going to begin with temperatures. Let's head over to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Greg Barnard has a look at certified most accurate forecast. Warming up out there.
Yeah, it's going to be warming, but pretty typical for this time of year to see some of these temperatures here. Air quality thing, the smoke has pushed to the east, so those advisories have ended. Unless you go into the Milwaukee area, the skies have kind of not as hazy. So that's the positive news. Visibility, we still got a little bit of haze or smoke, but a lot of it is pushed to the east. So that's the positive news. Although the temperatures are up to the mid to upper 80s, that in the combination with the dew points that have come up into the mid 60s, there's even some 70s just to the west. So that soupy air mass is pretty much in place right now, and that'll result in some heat indexes above 90 for today. Overall, we have some activity to the west that we're watching over the plains that's going to be producing some showers and thunderstorms, but that would be late tonight, early tomorrow morning, but nothing in the meantime for this afternoon and evening. All that activity out there you can see on radar is well to the west, and that'll be coming later. Overall plan today, some hazy skies, but also just humid conditions. We'll get up to about 90 degrees. That heat index will just be a little bit above that, between about 90 and 94 degrees. So once again, the warmest temperatures, humid temperatures that we've seen all year, but nothing really unusual for this time of year. There's your severe risk. We're going to kind of plan that out, what to expect with those thunderstorms that could pose a risk as we go into tomorrow morning, depending on the track, and we'll plan that out a bit later in the broadcast.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you, Greg. And the extreme heat that has baked the Southwest to the southern tip of Florida is about to spread even further to the northern part of the country. Nearly 200 million Americans will experience temperatures above 90 degrees today, and Arizona is expected to hit its 26th straight day of temperatures above 110 degrees. Nicole Skanga reports from Tempe, Arizona.
School is back in session in Tempe and at Marcos de Niza High School. For the first time, there are cool zones to help students weather the heat.
It's nonstop. Yes.
Brent Brown is the principal. He told us for most of the school year, 500 to 700 students eat lunch outside.
This time of year, so far, the fourth day into school, we only have maybe 100 to 200 students outside.
Even quick contact with the ground here, which can hit 180 degrees, may cause first-degree burns. And at the Arizona Burn Center, officials say more than a third of the beds are occupied by patients with surface contact burns. In Phoenix, the average temperature so far this month has been nearly 103 degrees, 7 degrees higher than normal, forecasters say, and expected to break the previous all-time monthly record of roughly 99 degrees set in August 2020.
Now, as I'm getting older, I think it's affecting me more.
66-year-old Jacob Cohen told us he gets up as early as 5 a.m. to beat the heat and exercise.
Have you ever thought to yourself, oh, maybe, it'll get too hot for me at some point?
Yes. I'm thinking about it.
You're thinking about moving?
Thinking about moving, yes.
Part of the reason temperatures are so high and stay so high in the Phoenix area is what experts call urban heat island. The dense pavements, cement, and buildings absorb and retain heat during the day and then release it back into the city air at night, leaving no opportunity for a cool-off. In Tempe, Arizona, Nicole Skanga, CBS News.
The Rock County Public Health Department is asking the public to use caution while in the Rock River and Lake Koshkonong. This after blue-green algae was spotted. Right now, it's unclear what the exact level of algae toxic concentration is. For now, avoid swimming near water that has a floating layer of scum or looks like pea soup. Also, be sure to rinse yourself off when leaving the water. Skin and or eye irritation, vomiting, diarrhea are symptoms, and it can be deadly for pets. Today is the second day of the trial of Taylor Schabusiness. Schabusiness is accused of killing Shad Thyron in February of last year. Thyron's mother testified yesterday, as did her boyfriend. They shared details about the night they found Thyron's head severed in a bucket.
Tara had woken me up and said she thinks she found Shad, her son's, that's how she put it. I found my son's head in a bucket. So I'm dumbfounded. Didn't believe her. Thought she was having a mental issue or something.
Sure.
If jurors find Shabiznas guilty of any charges, they could say she's responsible for the crime or that she was suffering from a mental illness or defect. The Biden administration is honoring Emmett Till with 3 memorial sites on what would have been Till's 82nd birthday. Today, the White House is announcing that the river site in Mississippi, where his body was found, the courthouse where his killers were wrongfully acquitted, and the church where his funeral was held will all be part of a national monument, the first of its kind, recognizing both racial violence and legal injustice.
Isn't for our nation to remain stuck in a painful past. It really is to challenge our nation to say that we can do better.
Over the years, the river site has been vandalized multiple times. Preservationists hope vandals will now be deterred because defacing a national monument is a federal crime. New at noon, doctors are seeing some cases of stomach paralysis in patients who took Ozempic and Wegovy for weight loss and diabetes. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has gotten similar reports. Ozempic and Wegovy both utilize the drug semaglutide, which mimics a natural hormone that slows the passage of food through the stomach, helping patients feel fuller longer. Some doctors are concerned the drugs may cause or exacerbate stomach paralysis in some patients. The FDA said it's been unable to determine if the medications were the cause or it may be caused by a different issue. Big Ten Media Days begin tomorrow. The 2-day event will be held at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Players and coaches from all 14 schools will meet with the media to discuss the upcoming season. That includes new Badger football head coach Luke Fickell and three players, including Braylon Allen. Fickell is scheduled to address reporters at 11:15 on Thursday. You can watch coverage of the event throughout the day here on News 3 Now. And there's more to come at noon at News 3 Now. Tonight, there's another chance to become a mega millionaire, and Trader Joe's is recalling almond cookies. Details coming up in the Money Watch report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Fry Construction invites you to celebrate summer with our hot summer sale. We're talking about hot savings of 23%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board for our hot summer sale. Save 23% off gutters with any full roofing or siding project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Surgenian's 93-year history means you pay $93 for installation no matter how many rooms you carpet. Get carpet and pad in your old carpet removed and recycled. Our competitors can't match it. Ask about 18-month financing. Local, sustainable Surgenians.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit VRAPWI.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
Madison Madison Magazine Summer Restaurant Week is here. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course meal starting at $30 featuring wine and more starting July 23rd through the 28th. For a list of participating restaurants, menus, and details, visit MadisonRestaurantWeek.com. It's a perfect opportunity to sample some of Madison's local restaurants. Don't miss Madison Magazine's Summer Restaurant Week 2023. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. Supporting sponsor, Bergstrom Cadillac and Chevrolet. Wine sponsor, Delicato and Frederick Wildman.
Streaming music is getting more expensive. Spotify says it's raising prices on all of its ad-free subscriptions. The individual plan will cost an extra $1 at $10.99 per month. The new prices take effect in the next few weeks. This follows YouTube's announcement that it's hiking rates for its premium plan by $2 to $13.99 a month. Tonight, there's another chance to become a mega millionaire, with the Mega Millions jackpot drawing now at $820 million. It's still the 5th largest prize in the game's history. The cash option is at roughly $422 million. If there's no winner, Mega Millions could close in on yet another billion-dollar prize. Last week, a billion-dollar Powerball winning ticket was sold in Los Angeles. And Trader Joe's is recalling 2 kinds of almond cookies. The company says they may contain rocks. The recall involves almond windmill cookies and dark chocolate chunk and almond cookies, with sell-by dates through October 21st. Trader Joe's says customers should throw them away or return them to the store. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to CBSMoneyWatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Wendy Gillette.
Here's stock prices at noon. The Dow up 60 points, the NASDAQ up 96, and the S&P 500 gaining over 12.5 points. Next at noon, Pam has today's egg prices. Greg has the complete forecast. And then today on Live at 4, we'll meet Madison's very own newly crowned look-alike Ernest Hemingway contest winner, Garrett Marshall. That's at 4.
Does our foam insulation work? Listen to this.
The power in the neighborhood was out for 2 days in 95-degree weather. My thermostat only went up 3 degrees, and that's even with letting the dog in and out. It was very comfortable here.
And her savings were more than the insulation costs.
If you want to save money on your power bills, get USA Insulation. It makes a huge difference.
USA Insulation.
Special report.
Spectrum brings us Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are!
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and 1 free line of unlimited mobile with no contract. Call 1-833-743-4999.
The Coopers here just got Spectrum One. Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection. Look, with Spectrum Internet, I can stream Spectrum News across all our devices.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats, keeping our family and devices safe and secure.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
And it includes nationwide 5G.
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and 1 free line of unlimited mobile with the fastest wireless speeds. Call 1-833-743-4999 or visit a Spectrum store today.
Star Ashley Park takes fashion risks. How high is your heels?
I've gotten really good at falling in heels.
Plus, the Fresh Prince himself, Jabari Banks, is here.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
Concerts in the Square's 40-year celebration continues with a nod to millennials. Tomorrow, Josh is in the 608 for a peek at the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra's next playlist.
And we will be tracking some thunderstorms for Wednesday. Join us in the morning between 4:30 and 7.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report. How are you?
Well, I'm inside and I've got air conditioning, so I'm much better than some of the folks that are going to be at the Rock County Fair down in Janesville or the Columbia County Fair in Portage, Washington County Fair in West Bend. That's all happening this week, and I'm sure those folks are taking great measures to take care of not only the attendees, but also their animals. You know, this heat is taking its toll across the United States. We've been hearing stories about the record-breaking temperatures that are impacting southwest United States, Arizona, Texas. That's impacting our dairy producers in a big way. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture's latest assessment, 15,000 cows have left the states of Texas and New Mexico just in the last month. Some of that is because of the heat and just deciding to thin back on animals. Some of it is because of the very attractive beef prices that our dairy producers are looking at. We're also seeing the West Coast impacted by not only the heat, but the beef prices. 37,000 fewer cows in Washington, Oregon, California, New Mexico, and Texas since this time a year ago. In fact, in the month of June, not a single major dairy state added any cows. Some of that, again, economics. Some of it, just the weather conditions we're dealing with. Our weather conditions here in Wisconsin are not necessarily helping us or hurting us as far as our corn and soybeans are concerned. It says 48% of our corn is in good to excellent condition this week. That's unchanged. 42% of our soybeans good to excellent. That's down 1 percentage point. Winter wheat, the harvest has begun there. 57% of that crop called good to excellent across the state. That's up 6 percentage points in just 1 week's time. Pasture conditions, 30% good to excellent, up 3% from last week. Boy, we're all keeping an eye on those dairy prices. I mentioned about cow slaughter going up. This heat definitely takes our cow production, our milk production down in areas, including Wisconsin. Yesterday, we saw huge spikes in our fluid milk prices, as well as what's going on with our cheese market. Today, the good news is we aren't really eroding those prices by all that much. Still holding in that $18 money for September, October, November milk. And in Chicago, barrel cheese was unchanged at $1.83. 40-pound block cheese unchanged at $1.86 1.25. Double A butter unchanged, $2.61 1/4. We've picked up better than 50 cents on our cheese prices this month alone, Mark. And like I said, a lot of it is because of the undeniable impact that historic heat is having in cow country down in Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas.
Yeah, it's really
California
bad down there.
too.
That's for sure. All right, stay cool.
All right.
Try anyway. Let's check back with Greg now for our first warn weather.
Dan, we got some precipitation coming with this heat wave, and the good news, it's not a long-lasting heat wave, pretty typical of what we see. But we do have some thunderstorms late tonight and tomorrow. That could be potentially strong or severe. We'll keep an eye. The next chance is with the front and the cooler air. That comes Thursday night through Saturday. That also could have some stronger severe thunderstorms. Once again, we got the hot, humid conditions probably through about 100 degrees could reach for the next several days. But the good news is cooler and less humid for the weekend, and looks like to be near average next week, which is, well, the low 80s for this time of year. So the positive news, really, it's that high pressure right here spinning around in the southwest. It's beginning to expand northeastward. The track of the storms, which has been just to our southwest, is starting to inch a little bit forward over us. So that's what we're watching for the next 24 hours is that storm track right over us. Once that kind of lifts northeast, we get that high pressure that actually shuts that off for a day or two, and that's when we get the hot and humid conditions. But we're watching this track right there, this wave at the end. That's the one that's going to be coming and diving southeastward, providing our thunderstorm chances late tonight and early tomorrow morning. So that's really a typical type of pattern you're going to see this time of year. And that's why the precipitation for the next 2 days shows where that track could be, and it's coming right through southern Wisconsin. It all depends if these storms can actually make it and survive here, but there is potential for a half, maybe an inch. And once again, if you get right under the core of this complex of thunderstorms, 1 to 2 inches definitely is possible. So something we'll see, keep an eye on as we go through the night. Overall, you can kind of see that tracking through. It just depends on the timing of this. If it comes through late in the morning, early afternoon, that means it'll be cooler tomorrow. Maybe not so much showers or thunderstorms in the afternoon. If it's a little bit delayed, that could change things up a little bit too. Once we get that passed, not much upstream. That next one's going to shoot further north Thursday, so we're going to be more dry and obviously hot conditions. It's going to be probably our hottest day. Severe risk really is that's the thing that we're going to watch today. It begins late this afternoon, evening, then it dives southeastward, and the severe risk is just going through us tomorrow morning. Once again, if it can survive, it would be maybe a wind threat, severe wind gust threat, or heavy rain potential that we'll look for. Otherwise, for this afternoon, we're not going to see much in the way of anything, just hot and humid conditions. You see up to the upper 80s, low 90s. This evening, we'll start cooling off very slowly. and the cloud cover will start increasing later tonight, and then we're going to watch the storms come in mainly around 4 a.m. to about 7 a.m. You're going to see it kind of rotate through here. This is one solution to possibility what we'll see. It's kind of broken up as it comes through, but you could have heavy rainfall, gusty winds with this, and then it kind of lingers through southern Wisconsin to the morning hours and then lifts kind of to the east. Once again, we'll have to keep an eye to see. There's some solutions that want to dive this southeastward, give us some wind gust potential as it comes through. Then the afternoon hours, we look like this will help us keep us cool down a little bit than we should, maybe upper 80s. But once again, this could develop more showers and thunderstorms east of Madison, while west areas will start clearing out this afternoon, and probably southwest Wisconsin will be the hottest tomorrow, while Madison upper 80s just because we'll have cloud cover in the morning. So keep an eye as you see the 10-day forecast. We drop the temperatures a couple degrees for tomorrow, upper 80s with those thunderstorms that could be going on morning or kind of afternoon. And then the hottest day is Thursday, mid-90s. Once again, those dew points will be into the 70s potentially, so definitely it'll be muggy, steamy out there. And then the front kind of comes through the weekend, and then you see the temperatures begin to go back to where they should be, which is the low 80s. So just a brief warm up here, brief heat spell, but nothing unusual for really now almost the end of July, early August.
Let's hope we get a good soaker tomorrow.
We could. You could get a good soaker. You might not get anything, too, with this.
That's the way it's been all summer.
Pretty much.
All right, Greg, thank you. Let's see what Howard's working on now in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
When I talk to many of you, I often hear how much you love your slow cookers, especially during the summer. And so do I. After all, nothing beats cooking all day long without heating up our kitchens. So let me share a comforting dinner idea that you can make as soon as tonight. We begin by placing a 3 to 4 pound chuck roast in a slow cooker. Next, we combine some beef broth, soy sauce, and a few off-the-shelf spices. Now we pour this over the roast, and all that's left to do is cover it, set it to low, and let it do its thing. After it's fork tender, we take it out, place it on a board, and shred it with a couple of forks. Like this. Now you can use the meat however you'd like, but my favorite way is to serve it stuffed in crusty rolls with all the pan drippings. Does this look good or what? And it couldn't get any simpler. When you dunk this into the rich beef broth or spoon the broth over it, be ready for a flavor-packed bite that may get a bit messy, but all in a good way. To get the recipe for our slow cooker French dip sandwiches, all you need to do is visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a tasty slow cooked way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Coming up, UW Health Clinical Dietitian Michelle Schrader shares the pros and cons of caffeine. What you need to know after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They pump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Spectrum brings us Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are! Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
Switch to Spectrum One and get internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile. Call 1-833-685-4999.
Do you suffer from chronic or severe back or neck pain? Did you know that there is now a treatment method available right here at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center that offers hope of a avoiding spinal surgery for those suffering with bulging, herniated, or degenerative discs? Our therapies help reduce pain related to these conditions and have a high success rate in helping people just like you avoid back or neck surgery.
I've experienced low back pain for over 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 26 and had difficulties recovering. The doctors at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center have given me a new lease on life. I am now able to enjoy an active, pain-free lifestyle.
Call Midwest Spine and Nerve Center now to schedule a no-obligation consultation to see if our progressive pain-relieving therapies are right for you.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
UW Health clinical dietitian Michelle Schwader is back with us. Caffeine, the topic of this month's health segment. Pros and cons. I mean, it's not all bad.
Right. We do know that for adults, it can obviously help with alertness, it can help with concentration, it can help with sports performance. So there are some positives about caffeine. Too much or too often can cause some negative side effects, jitteriness, GI problems, heartburn. It can affect pregnancy and fertility, and sometimes it can even interfere with medication. So adults, the FDA has recommended 400 milligrams or less a day.
And a cup of coffee is what?
A cup of coffee could be anywhere from 100 to 200 depending on how caffeinated your coffee is.
We think of coffee, but then there's all of this other new products.
Right. So caffeine.
Some aimed at kids.
Right. Yes. Caffeine can be naturally in coffee, tea, and chocolate, and obviously we've put it into soda and some of the energy drinks. So we run the gamut from just caffeinated water, where if you just really want your caffeine, but you don't necessarily like the taste of coffee. You know, then we've got these energy drinks that are on the screen right now that sometimes
almost aimed at kids.
Brightly colored, candy flavors, Rainbow Unicorn is a name. So when you're pairing the caffeine with the sugar, that's when we really are concerned about kids drinking these products.
One actually has a warning label on it.
Right, so when it comes to caffeine, we recommend 100 milligrams or less, 12 to 17-year-old. But when you're combining the caffeine and the sugar, then we say no energy drinks for anybody less than 18. So it's definitely a whole different animal when you combine the sugar and the caffeine.
And no caffeine at all for kids under 12.
That is recommended. No caffeine at all for kids under 12.
But there's going to be chocolate involved in under 12.
There is some chocolate, yes. There's a lot of sugar in that chocolate as well. Some of the dark chocolates are more caffeine, but less sugar. So definitely, we're just looking at sugar in general, but now we're adding caffeine to the mix.
And the energy drinks, these flavored things with the sugar, that's the real problem.
Right, because when you're looking at a developing child, they need to have restful sleep. They need to be able to concentrate in school. And when you've got somebody with a lot of caffeine and sugar on board and you're a kid, it actually has the opposite effect oftentimes than it does in an adult. An adult can focus, they have energy, but for a kid who's maybe in a learning environment or trying to sleep, it's actually more detrimental to have this as a child.
So your advice to parents?
Try to resist. It can be hard with the marketing, but definitely try to go with as little caffeine as possible, and obviously as little sugar too.
Yeah. All right. Good advice as always. Michelle,
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go to Greg now on final check of the forecast.
Yeah, we're going to have hot and humid conditions probably through Friday. We also have some patchy fog, especially watch for Thursday morning with all the rain that we might get tomorrow, too. And then more thunderstorm chances come Thursday night through Saturday. That's with the front and the cooler air coming behind it. For the heat index for the next several days, we are going to get up into that 95 to 100, definitely through tomorrow, and then even Thursday, too. It could top 100 at times in the early afternoon hours, and then obviously with the muggy conditions overnight. So something to keep in mind of, be staying hydrated through this time. Other than that, it's going to be cooler to the weekend and next week.
Hydrate, exactly. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 4. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.